Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. Today, I'm going to talk about a very interesting and relevant topic. How inflation is created, what causes it, and what are its effects on markets and commodities. This video is aimed at raising awareness among those interested in the financial and economic sector of this phenomenon that is now widely discussed. But what is inflation? Inflation is the general and continuous increase in the level of prices of goods and services over a given time horizon, usually a year. This means that, to be considered as such, the increase must occur in most sectors of the economy. Inflation reduces the purchasing power of money over time. This means that money loses value over time when prices rise. 100 euros today are not worth the same as 100 euros tomorrow. How is inflation measured? To measure it, a set of goods and services representative for the economy is considered. The price of this set or basket is then compared over time. The main indicators used are Consumer Price Index, CPI, measures the variation in prices of consumer goods and services such as gasoline, food, clothing, and cars, and indicates the price variation from the consumer's point of view. Producer Price Index, PPI, measures the average variation in prices that companies pay for raw materials used to produce goods and indicates the price variation from the producer's point of view. In the long term, the two measures show a similar inflation rate, while in the short term, often the PPI increases before the CPI. What causes inflation? Price growth can be due to different factors, in particular, demand. When demand for goods and services increases faster than production capacity of an economy, the increase in demand could be due, for example, to rapid increase by central bank of money supply. The increase in money in economy increases demand for goods and services from D0 to D1. Supply. When supply of goods and services decreases due to external shocks such as wars, natural disasters, or increases in production costs, the decrease in supply reduces quantity of goods and services available from S0 to S1. Expectations. When people expect future inflation to be higher than current inflation, this leads them to spend more today to avoid paying higher prices tomorrow, thus increasing current demand and prices. What are the effects of inflation? Inflation has both positive and negative effects on economy and society. Some positive effects are stimulus to economic activity. Moderate inflation can encourage consumption and investment by reducing real interest rates, nominal interest rates minus inflation, and increasing profits. Reduction of real debt. Inflation reduces real value of debt over time, making it easier for debtors to repay their creditors. Adjustment of relative prices. Inflation allows prices to adjust more easily to changes in demand and supply conditions. Some negative effects are reduction of purchasing power. Inflation reduces real value of money over time, making it more expensive to buy goods and services. Uncertainty and loss of confidence. High and unpredictable inflation makes it difficult for economic agents to plan their decisions and creates distrust in monetary system. Distortion of income distribution. Inflation affects different groups of society differently, depending on their sources of income and wealth. For example, Savers lose while borrowers gain. Workers lose while employers gain. Fixed income earners lose while variable income earners gain. What can be done to control inflation? Inflation control is mainly a task for central banks, which have responsibility for monetary policy. Monetary policy consists in regulating money supply and interest rates in economy to achieve price stability and other objectives such as economic growth and employment. Central banks can use different instruments to conduct monetary policy, such as open market operations, buying or selling government bonds on financial markets to inject or withdraw money from economy, interest rate setting, raising or lowering key interest rates that influence borrowing and lending costs in economy, reserve requirements, imposing minimum amounts of money that banks must hold as reserves against their deposits. Quantitative easing, creating new money electronically and using it to buy large amounts of assets such as government bonds or corporate bonds from financial institutions. In general, central banks adopt an expansionary monetary policy when they want to stimulate economy and fight deflation, decrease in prices, by increasing money supply and lowering interest rates. Conversely, they adopt a contractionary monetary policy when they want to cool down economy and fight inflation by decreasing money supply and raising interest rates. In conclusion, we can say that inflation is a complex phenomenon that affects economy and society in various ways. It is important to understand its causes and effects and how it can be controlled by monetary policy. Only in this way can we make informed decisions about our finances and investments. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about inflation. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you want to see more videos on interesting topics, subscribe to my channel and activate the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching and see you next time.